called Where Are We Now? And we actually started it pre-lockdown with almost a completely different cast. And it was actually a collaboration between us and the Royal Armouries. Because I went to visit the Royal Armouries and there's a case there, and the case depicts the Battle of Agincourt. So you can see it from a bird's eye view, but then you can look through little kind of glass letterboxes and see it from lots of different points of view. So my idea was born of a show that looked at the Battle of Agincourt, but from lots of different points of view.
Our show is set in medieval times in the 15th century. We started this process over Zoom.
3, 2, 1. Good. And good. And good. And
we were all basically just trying to go on what we had at that time and the resources.
The original cast, we had a mixture of historical characters that had to be at the Battle of Agincourt, like Henry V, and like Colonel Charles d'Aulbray, who's the second in command of the French army, Charles VI. And then the others built their characters around people who would have been there at the time, either on the battlefield or waiting at home.
I'm playing King Charles VI of France.
I hear the English army is much depleted after the Battle of Harfleur. Indeed, but King Henry V is a good leader. I should chop your head off for that. But then who would write your memoirs? Good point.
I play Lady Esme Saunterton.
Father is a good friend of Henry's. He married me off to a wealthy friend of his when I was just 12. I guess the only good thing about these endless wars is that my husband has to go and fight. Then I at least get some peace and quiet to spend time with my horses and to practice my archery. I just wish I could make myself useful. I am more than capable and it drives me mad. Ellen!
Hello, I'm Nicole. Out night and day to do Lady Esme proud.
She's not really the typical lady you would have where they just enjoy life and do whatever they want. She's more of the person that would like to go off and fight, and she believes in equality and feminism.
The main difference between our original script with cast 1 and the script as it stands now is that through discovering the characters in the story, we discovered Christine de Pizan, who was an author at the court of Charles V and subsequently Charles VI, and she was the first European feminist writer.
I'm Christine de Pizan, a widow. I have no need of men. I write poems and books for all to read, and I'm friends with the king. Amen.
And the reason she kind of floated to the top was because I said to the cast, go away and research about medieval life and your characters. And the girls came back and they said, there's nothing, there's hardly anything, you know, about the lives of women at the time. So we talked about why. What does that mean about history? Why is there so much about the men and not so much about the women? So it's kind of also made the cast think a little bit about how history is told as well, and how the Battle of Agincourt is told from a male perspective. You know, Shakespeare's Henry V, it's all heroics, isn't it? It's all against the odds, you know, good old England. But there's so much more to it than that.
Idol is Christine de Pizan. Have you heard of her? She's so inspiring. A female writer. No one thinks women should write. I'm reading The City of Ladies, which challenges traditional assertions of women's inferiority. Ouch! Christine wrote about it a whole decade ago, and guess what? Nothing has changed. Nothing.
Isabel is the personal maid of the Duchessa Bassett. She kind of
doesn't like working for her, but kind of has to, so she's like reluctant to working.
I'm Mother Sedlow. I'm a peasant. I'm 38 years old. My husband is with King Henry. I missed my husband. I have to work harder without him.
My character's Duchess Agnes Bisset, and she's a member of the French nobility.
When it comes to charity, I often make special appearances at galas and often meet and greet the people whom the donations affect. They're often touched by my presence.
She's kind of like a medieval influencer, so she's a bit out of touch, but it's also been quite freeing to play her because I can be like the things I can't really in normal life.
We're working with a choreographer, Dawn Holgate, and the musical director, Pete Rosser.
My name is Constable Charles, the French second in command. I always put my brave face on, but my life's not in my own hands.
It's a play with music, and the young people have written songs with Pete that absolutely take ownership.
The first song's like to introduce your character, like get part of your monologue in there. Then there's another song which shows like how each army is feeling and like if they're confident, scared, nervous.
Who knows what we're fighting for? Archers, peasants, knights and kings. Maybe our last chance.
We've stylised a lot of the show. So the battle scenes, we look at the night before the battle, we do a sort of a zoom in on how the armies are feeling, really. And then we're going to look at the battle, it'll all be mimed, and we're going to look at the different stages in the battle because it looks as if the English are going to win, and then it all starts to change, and then actually the French fall. But it's not that straightforward, the story. So we're really sort of looking at both sides and also trying to pick out the facts and say what really happened, how big were the armies, is this all a bit history retold?
I'm melancholy the maid, but I wish I had a horse. I wish I was a fine lady, but that will never happen, of course. I'm Charles VI, King of France. It's a secret, but I'm made of glass. On the field of battle, I wouldn't stand a chance. When they ask me to fight, I pass.
Well, the battle's really good because like you've got great costumes for it.
Nicole Mystery took on the costume supervisor and designer role, which is something that she's not done before, but her costumes are absolutely exquisite. She's a maker. As soon as they put those costumes on, they just become those characters. So the lift it's given them, the stories that they can tell once they're in those costumes.
I like watching acrobats, plays and acrobats on holidays. I am made of glass. I am.
Of course, Your Royal Highness.
A war would break me into a million pieces.
Well, thankfully, my busy schedule keeps me from thinking about the dangers my dear relatives are facing. The horror.
Hello, I'm Isabel. I'm 16 and I have a twin brother called Sam. Sam is currently fighting for our country.
I've seen Lady Thornton practicing it. She's as good as any man, but she'll never get to fight. It just get awfully muddy. I do hope Arthur stays safe. I trust Henry. He'll bring Arthur home.
My name is Christine de Pizan. I am an author at the court of King Charles VI, and as such, a lady who likes to tell stories. I will be the narrator for the duration of our short play, so let us begin.